Hi guys, so we are going to tackle the two barangays that assigned to our group. And this barangay is Barangay Balingayan and Barangay Balite. So let us now tackle first the Barangay Balingayan. Barangay Balingayan has a land area of 454 and 66,000 hectares and with a total population of 1,654 and has a household number with a total of 223.
Balingayan. Historical background. For the past years, Balingayan was one of the sitios of Barangay Canubin. People in the locality wanted to be independently separated from the mother barangay. Through the cooperation of its people, led by Mr. Gregorio Bautista, they made a petition that Sitio Balingayan be converted into barangay. Fortunately, the petition was granted in 1960. According to old folks, Balingayan came from the word balingway. Balingway is a kind of rattan growing in the area. This was the source of livelihood for the people in the area. The locus was called Balingwayan, meaning a place where one could gather ample balingway. As time went by, the word balingway was changed into Balingayan. The total land area of the barangay is 4.547 square kilometers. It has 7 sitios, namely Barutbutan, Makatak, Little Tondo or former Ilaya, San Isidro or Rig, San Juan or Patron, Common or Kumon, and Garaje.
Farming is the basic source of income for the many inhabitants of the barangay that occupies 385 hectares of their territory wherein palay, calamansi, coconut, tansones, rambutan, and banana are planted. They also establish a living through catching mudfish, catfish, and tilapia from rivers. Moreover, 10% of residents earned by working in private offices in Calapan like Ayala Life and small-scale business. There are also rice mills, a welding shop, and a tailoring at Sitios Garaje, San Isidro, and Barotbutan.
In 1960 to 1962. Position and name: Teniente del Barrio Gregorio Bautista, Barrio Councilor Bonifacio de Sena, Barrio Councilor Benvenido Marasigan, Barrio Councilor Isiderio Asi, Barrio Councilor Bonifacio Medilla, Barrio Councilor Andres Beron, Barrio Councilor Alberto Coliflores. In 1962 to 1964, position and name: Teniente del Barrio Simplicio Bautista, Barrio Secretary Felix Beron, Barrio Treasurer Marta B. Heron, Barrio Councilor Benvenido Marasigan, Barrio Councilor Santiago Marquez, Barrio Councilor Victoriano Martinez, Barrio Councilor Silidon Asilo, Barrio Councilor Anores Beron, Barrio Councilor Santiago Heron Jr. Sangguniang Kabataan Officials, 1972 to 1975. Position and name: KB Chairman Isabelita Di Pasupil, KB Councilor Merlin Marasigan, KB Councilor Baby Matibag, KB Councilor Yupresena Reyes, KB Councilor Eugenio Coliflores, KB Councilor Flora Abrigo, KB Councilor Chody Beron, 1975 to 1982. Position and name: KB Chairman Feliciano Mortilla, KB Councilor Fabian Coliflores, KB Councilor Felicidad Di Pasupil. Year 1982 to 1992. Position and name: KB Chairman Edmund Barcival, KB Councilor Nelia Evangelista, KB Councilor Lolit Martinez, KB Councilor Marilyn Coliflores, KB Councilor Elmo Mortilla, KB Councilor Christy Bautista, KB Councilor Nomer Barcival. Year 1992 to 1996. Position and name: SK Chairman Francisco Magbuhos, SK Secretary Charity Dicena, SK Treasurer Danilo Martinez, SK Councilor Ferdinand Marsigan, SK Councilor Nicanor Coliflores, SK Councilor Janet Ponce, SK Councilor Simon Bueno, SK Councilor Florinda Martinez. Year 1996 to 2000. Position and name: SK Chairman Jeanette A. Ponce, SK Councilor Hilbert B. Brocal, SK Councilor Hilbert A. Chua, SK Councilor Rialyn M. Umali, SK Councilor Maribel M. Datinggaling, SK Councilor Sheila A. Latrus, SK Councilor Julius Q. Martinez, SK Councilor Lorenza Luwas, SK Councilor Emma Simplicio. Barangay officials. Gregorio Bautista, year 1960 to 1962 to 1964 to 1970, was regarded as the founder of Barangay Balingayan. During his term, Sitio Balingayan was separated from its mother Barangay Canubing. Among his famous accomplishments were a constructions of the barangay center, acquisition of 1 hectare lot donated by Marta Bautista, Anita Delisay, and Joaquin Manuevo as the elementary school site, construction of the Barangay Rough Road, construction of school building for grades 1 and 2, and constructions of waiting sheds. When Mr. Bautista resigned in 1970, he was succeeded by Alberto Coliflores, OIC 1971 to 1972. Mr. Coliflores continued the project initiated by Mr. Bautista. Simplicio Bautista, year 1962 to 1964, continued the project initiated by his brother Gregorio. The construction of the Barangay Health Center was commended to him as well as the electrification of whole barangay. The regraveling of barangay roads and the construction of the concrete barangay chapel was materialized through the help of Father Spang. Flores, year 1972 to 1982, 1982 to 1986, commended for his notable projects such as the construction of Barangay Bridge in Sitios Barutbutan, Kanluran, Centro and Hulo, 4 waiting sheds in Sitios Barutbutan, Silangan, Centro and Barutbutan, Kanluran, and a basketball court. During his term, grades 3 to 6 were offered, which resulted in the construction of an elementary school building with 5 rooms. Benjamin Candava, OIC, year 1986 to 1989, being the officer in charge of Mr. Alberto Coliflores, had achieved the following: regraveling of Barangay Road, repair of Barangay Hall, and construction of a school building with 2 rooms through the concerted efforts of barangay residents. Perfecta Brocal, year 1989 to 1984, was also noted for her accomplishments, particularly the cementing of 50 meters of the barangay road. She was the one who initiated the construction of a barangay center and the establishment of big cemented culverts located at Sitio Makatak. Some problems encountered by the barangay are an insufficient flow of water in the irrigation canal that results in minimal agricultural yield, rough roads which slow down the development of communication and the delivery of agricultural products to the market, and unemployment of 30% of the youths, which results in other problems such as alcoholism, gambling, and juvenile delinquency. The barangay desperately needs the following: repainting, fencing, and construction of the dirty kitchen of the barangay hall, 2 waiting sheds at Sitios Makatak, San Isidro, and Barutbutan, additional street lights to be installed at strategic locations within the barangay, drainage canal in Sitio Barutbutan, water pump to support the insufficient flow of water at the irrigation canal, stage to accommodate barangay programs and other activities, and a lot for the barangay mini park. Research. Its population as determined by 2020 census was 1,607. This represented 1.10% of the total population of Calapan. And the barangay chairman of Barangay Canubing is Mr. Ramil Evangelista.
Barangay Achievement. Alberto Baje, 1960, who founded the barangay. During his term, barangay roads were maintained, Regrabled. Jose Montellano, 1960 to 1964, donated 5K square meter land as the site of elementary school. Tereso Enriquez, 1964 to 1968, continued construction of elementary initiated by Montellano. Under administration of Nemencio Bajo, construction of 3 rooms in elementary, basketball court located within compound of school, installation of free-flowing water system, construction of 20 electrical posts to Balalo to maintain peace and order. And under administration of Agaton Pajardo, planting Nara tree along the road, renovating barangay hall, installation of street light and jetmatic pumps, and concreting barangay road, constructing irrigation system for farmers. Under administration of Eduardo Madrigal, the implementation of city ordinance regarding illegal fishing and farming, construction of bridge along working out of 62 criminal cases and 15 civil cases which happened in the barangay, and he received Outstanding Barangay Captain of the Philippines, sponsored by Leadership Organization of the Philippines Incorporated, and Golden Scroll of Honor. As a barangay captain, Cirilio B. Corona has many things to be proud, like free-flowing water system, renovation of barangay hall, organization of 12 tanod with uniforms, launching of livelihood project like dressmaking and electrical wiring, distribution of toilet bowls, and construction of barangay outposts. A total land area of 202.11 square kilometer, and it has population 1,186 and 248 households. In 1969 was thickly forested area nearing the river. The area was filled with wild plants and big trees called Balite. Nobody wanted to see the place because of the belief that evil spirit like Capre and Aswang was existed. When the Spaniard ruled the country, was first group who explored the island of Mindoro, were Spanish prior. The place was become Muslim port during middle of 18th century. It was became independent barangay. Jose Montellano was first barrio captain and was taken from its mother barrio Mahal na Pangalan. The first group of families who became to the place were families of Madrigal, Alberia, and Montellano. They cut trees and built houses. During that time, Balite and Pachoca is only sitio of Mahal na Pangalan. After many years, Ezekiel Moreno became the patron saint of barangay when the priest was canonized in 1990s. Like other barangay in the city, is basically engrossed in farming and fishing. 70% of population engaged in 200 hectares of farming. 25% indulge in fishing at Balite Bay. However, agriculture products are palay, nipa, coconut, and banana. On the other hand, marine products are shrimp and milkfish. And 5% of the earned living through sari-sari store, petty fast food restaurant, labor, working overseas, and driving.
Problems of the Barangay Balite is 90% of residents are unemployed. Presumably, early marriage is the cost. And unfortunately, involvement in drug addiction is also a major problem of the barangay back then.